Hi everyone, welcome back to another training, and inside this video we will be using my big kick-ass blackboard. So again, I'm going to reply back to another post that I've actually seen inside Mastermind of Life Coaches hosted by Dax Moy and admin Shad Drury. And again, Shad posted a question and I can really feel the frustration here, Shad. I'm stuck, big problem. And then he goes on to outline in 5 areas of where he's stuck, and then he's asking for a massive help at the end, and I can really feel his frustration and pain. So basically, without reading everything, Shad is making a transition from being a business coach to personal one-on-one coaching. So he's feeling the frustration of the transition there, but he's also feeling the frustration, and I'm feeling it for him as well, that how to market his services. Should he have a website? Should he, he's talking about social media, blogging, etc. When he's talking about blogging, I would imagine, he's talking about podcasts, webinars. He's also asking, should he have a one-page website that details who he is, what he does, how he helps people, his products and services, etc. And then he's saying, or should he have a one-page landing page, but then when people land on that page, they get redirected to a blog post or his blog where they can see all of his other content as well. So I'd like to not go through each step and give answers to each step. I want to talk about everything in general when we're talking about generating leads, generating prospects, and getting clients. This question, Shad, is also going to answer the other post underneath my other video earlier on that you said, can I give you an example of a bad sales funnel and a good sales funnel? And what I think I should do at that point is just give you an example of a good sales funnel that's going to get you results. So again, because I don't know too much about your individual business, I'm just going to give you an outline of what I do for my business and what my clients do as well. Thinking that you are a coach, I don't really know your price point of your product or who your product is going to serve, but I'm going to give you some elements, some areas that you need to really take into consideration before you start marketing. So the first thing that I want to talk about is obviously you've got your course, you've got the course that you've created. And that course is going to be hosted somewhere. Now, I would imagine because you've created the course, then the course is going to be outlining and solving a problem for a particular person. Now, the problem that most people have is that they don't know who they're targeting. So when it comes to creating advertisements, when it comes to creating messages, when it comes to speaking to the individual to try and attract them towards you, then because you don't know exactly who it is that you're targeting, your message is very mixed and it's very diluted. So you really need to home in on exactly the characteristics of the person that's going to be an ideal fit for your services or for your course. Now, you want to make sure that this is absolutely a fit, not just for the people that you want to enroll, but also for you as well, because you want to only work with the best. You only want to work with people that really want what you've got. And when you find them people, when you understand who them people are, it's a lot easier for them either to sell themselves into your course or for you to enroll them into your course. So, first thing you need to do is understand who they are. And then the second element that you need to understand is where. Oh, sorry about my squeaky blackboard. So the second thing you need to understand is where, and what I mean by that is whereabouts are they on the internet. So this is going to kill a lot of myths, because predominantly business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, it doesn't matter, You know, we know that traditional marketing still works. I'm not knocking that, but what I'm saying is that it's not as effective as online marketing, and especially if you know how to do it right. So where are they? Well, the myth that I'm going to kill now is I'm going to tell you that you don't have to be everywhere. And that goes against what everybody else says. Because everybody else says that you need to have a LinkedIn profile, you need to have a Twitter profile, you need to be on Instagram, you need to be in Pinterest, you need to be on Facebook, you need to be blah, 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 blah. And the truth to that is you don't have to be everywhere. What you need to be is you need to be where it counts, because you need to be effective on your time, you need to be effective on your resources, and you also need to be effective on your energy. And you don't want to, if I can use the terminology, mind masturbation, you don't want to have to go through the pain, the frustration, and the anxiety of trying to be everywhere. That's not what you want to be doing, because at the end of the day, you want to be exactly where your ideal clients are hanging out and just be there, because there's no point in being up there. You want to try and create as much time freedom as possible in your business so you can spend more time dealing with your clients, you know, doing what you want to do, and that's delivering your awesomeness, or signing people into you, enrolling them into your course. So by you trying to be everywhere, you're just going to create a lot of anxiety and stress and frustration, because each platform operates differently. So you'd have to learn each platform individually, and it's just not worth it. So again, you need to identify where your target audience is hanging out. Now, after that, what you need to do is you need to find out what. And what I mean by what is, what can you give them up front to entice them to want to come one step further towards you. Now, the reason why I've got what here is because predominantly people are just going out there selling. Buy my courses, buy my services, come and talk to me, you know, one-on-one services, group coaching, whatever it is. And unfortunately, when you go out there and you start selling, you are selling on the foot of neediness. And people like to buy, but they don't like to be sold to. So what you need to do is you need to position yourself in the marketplace as that expert, as that leader, as that person that can solve their problems. And if you can solve somebody's problems without you being there and without you exchanging any money with them, then you are really going to be an expert. And especially if whatever you give them really does help them make that one shift in their life, then they'll think, well, bloody hell, if Andy's supplying this free stuff and it's high quality content, what is his paid stuff like? You know, if I actually come into his academy, what's the information going to be like inside his academy? So I show people the quality of my content up front, and it just drags people my way. So what you're going to think about is, what is the number one biggest problem that you can solve, either within an ebook, a webinar, or a video course, or whatever it is that you want to serve them with. Now, at this minute in time, we've done no selling whatsoever, but what we're doing is we're outlining a strategy. We're outlining a game plan. And this is another reason why a lot of business owners fail at marketing, and they're just on this hamster wheel, running, and actually not getting anywhere at all. And they just always revert back to what they used to do, even though they know it doesn't work, but they just do it anyway because they're doing activities, so they just feel as though they're being productive, and it kind of still doesn't work. So, who, where are they online? What can you position in front of them that's going to pull them towards you? And then the next one is traffic. So we need to generate traffic. So there's two ways you can generate traffic: organically or you can generate traffic through paid advertisements. Me personally, I do both, but I do more paid advertisements than I do organic. You see, organic, I'm not naive enough to think that I can just open the doors of my company and people are just come flooding through. By having a strategy up front, by understanding who, where, what, you can then generate the traffic because you know exactly where they are. Now, why, and let me just, so talking about traffic, there's 3 forms of traffic, and this is not my genius thinking, this is a guy called Russell Brunson's. Feel free to go and look him up. Sorry, and I can't even write 1, 2 and 3, but that's what it is. So, traffic. There's 3 forms of traffic, and the first time I heard this, I was like, that is unbelievable, and it explains it really well. So, there's 3 forms of traffic. The first form of traffic is traffic we don't control. Okay, first traffic is traffic we don't control. So let's talk about this. What is traffic that we don't control? So traffic that we don't control is traffic like you might write a blog post, or you might put something on Facebook, or post something on Twitter, put a video on YouTube, and there's a lot of social media plugins around each of those elements. So people might share it, they might like it, they might comment on it, they might post it somewhere else, and ultimately somewhere along the line that might just generate some traffic back to you, back to your website, back to your squeeze funnel. Sales funnel. So that is traffic. You've got no control over that. You've got no control of what's going to happen with that traffic. Then we've got traffic that we do control. And traffic we do control is traffic like Google AdWords, it's traffic like Facebook ads, it's traffic like advertising on Bing or Yahoo or banner advertisements. You can control the flow of traffic that you want to send somewhere. So we like this because we like being in control as business owners. And the third form of traffic is, excuse my writing, traffic we own. Now, we're getting serious. Traffic we own. This is crucial to our business. If you watch my previous video, we're talking about data. This is traffic that we own. So, what are you going to give people to entice them to enter their name and email address into your sales funnel? You see, once people start entering their name and email address into your sales funnel, you are now generating leads. Because if you was me for example, okay, so I'm out there and I'm marketing my my sales funnel, and I'm targeting entrepreneurs, I'm targeting coaches, I'm targeting consultants, I'm targeting. So my grandma, for example, wouldn't enter her name and email address to get my #1 giveaway into my sales page. So the people that enter their name and email address, they are people that's specifically interested in what you've got. So they, at that minute in time, they're hot leads. They're in the marketplace. They're kind of raising their hand up saying, Shad, I am interested in what you've got. And this is my issue. Yes, I can see that you've got something that's going to solve my problem, and I want to enter my name and email address so I can download whatever your free giveaway is. So they enter their name and email address, and instantly you get 10, 15, 20 people that's entering their name and email address on a daily basis. You are now building up business assets. You're building up data of people that's interested in what you've got. And this is traffic that you own, because all that data that you're collecting inside your email marketing campaign, may that be MailChimp, may that be Constant Contact, or Infusionsoft, or Aweber, or iContact, whatever it is, whenever you're collecting that data is yours. So why is it traffic that we own? Because once we've got that data, we can then send broadcast emails back out to that data, sending them wherever we want to send them. So we can send them to another video, we can send them to another blog post, we can send them to a post, we can send them wherever we want to send them, we send them to a special offer, send them to a webinar. So this, number 3 and number 2, is the most crucial parts of traffic, and that alone is worth $10,000. Don't worry, you don't have to pay me, that is free gratis. So building your own data is very important to you running your business. And why do I say that? Well, I'm going to share with you now. It's important that we build our data because what we want to do, we need to generate leads, turn leads into clients. That's our objective. Bingo. That's what we need to do. Now, by knowing who, where, what, everything else we just talked about, traffic and everything, we need to then turn those leads into clients. And this is when we now start talking about sales funnel. And this is why it's important to build up your own database of people that's interested in what you've got and what you're doing. Because we know that people don't buy on the first touch point. It's not until they see something, hear something, or watch something of yours, or read a blog post, see a banner, see an image, see a quote, that they feel as though they're in a position where they know you, like you, and trust you. And whether you are, somebody that's working from their home office or you're working from a studio, it doesn't matter. Power perception that that person's the other side of the world, and you are just this, guru on the mount, that you're the person that can solve their problems. So to get people to feel as though they know you, like, and trust you, we're going to send them on all these different little touch points that's going to influence them so they can feel that way. So people are not just going to see your product, they're not just going to enter their name and email address and then just suddenly go, yeah, I want to buy, credit card in hand. We can't be that naive. People are kind of a little bit more savvy these days. And we've got to deal with people. We've got to give people a lot more respect. People are wanting a lot more today. So let me now just rub this off. Now we understand that we need to create all these little touch points, and I've outlined that I understand where you guys are, and you want to just generate leads. You don't want all the mind masturbation of not knowing what to do, where to do it, and how to do it. So we've got leads, and we would send leads, and I hope you can see that. Send leads into we call that a squeeze page, so SP. And the leads are targeted, okay, so we know exactly who we're targeting. We're using the right message, we're using the right psychographs, the right words, and people are clicking on the ad, so we've got their attention. That's the main thing, we've got their attention. They're coming through here, they like what they read, they're wanting to download the free gift, so they enter their name and email address. Fantastic, so they enter their name and email address, and it goes through to, let's call this a thank you page. On this thank you page, now this is where the influence elements start working for us. Sorry. So we have an element here, and then I do apologise, the camera got cut off. So we have a video here, this is the empathy page, we have a video here, we have a body of text there, We have an image there, and then underneath here we have 2 more videos. And why do I call this the empathy page? Is because the first video that comes up here is it's just saying to people, you know, I really appreciate you taking the time to fill out the application form. I understand that some of the questions that I've asked has been really hard for you to answer. So I really appreciate your honesty and your truthfulness. And what's going to happen now is over the next 12 to 24 hours, I'll receive your application form, where I'll go over the application form, and if I feel as though I can really help you, then I'll reach out and we'll schedule in the 25-minute discovery call between ourselves. However, if you feel as though you want to fast track yourself onto our A list and be put ahead of anybody else that's also wanting a discovery call, then feel free to send us an email, connect with us on Facebook, send us a private message, call this number and tell us why you should be fast tracked. Also, once you've done that, underneath that section in step 3, there's 3 more videos. There's a training video and there's 2 testimonial videos. So I've just revealed, just that in that alone, a fantastic strategy that if you're a client, if you're a consultant or a business coach and you're wanting to get high targeted leads and turn cold leads into hot leads, into clients very quickly, then if you understood that strategy, you can have that set up, you can set that up, and that will turn cold leads into hot leads, because then once you've got this application form, you can then call them, spend that 25 minutes with them, and you can go through a non-threatening, sales structured process, telephone conversation, where at the end of the conversation, they're in the position, because you've always led by value, if you think about it, we've not sold anything at all, we've just pulled them towards us instead of just chasing them. And now after the telephone conversation, they feel as though they're in the position and they just want to step one step closer to you and say, Andy, that's exactly what I need. You've hit the nail on the head. How can I get started? How much do you charge? And that is priceless. As a business owner, to be able to have something like that happens in the background on this automated, is priceless. So now I just want to dig a little bit deeper into this, because once they've entered their name and email address, they automatically get added to, let's call this, well, first campaign. I hope you can read that. I've not gone off. So first email campaign, where automatically you can have 7 emails all going out day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. And because you know their needs, their pain points, their aspirations, the desires, the faults, everything, you can really build up a deep rapport, a deep relationship with emails. And again, going back to traffic, inside email number 4, you actually might send them back to their free giveaway, just to outline something within the free giveaway that they might have missed. So you're always bringing them back in. And what you could also do as well is, if somebody was to fill out the application form, so then they're actually into the second campaign. So we don't want them receiving 2 emails from us, because that would just be overkill and that just wouldn't be right. So what we would do is, automatically we would have, once they've entered their name and the details inside the application form, automatically have them removed from campaign number 1, so they now receive email campaign number 2. Because these guys have taken one step closer towards you, we can now speak to these people on a different level, because they've now raised their own game. They've taken one step closer towards you, so you can really just influence them a little bit stronger. Now, what we can also do as well, because the one thing that we can't do is, as business owners, we can't make people buy. We can't make people get the wallets out of the pockets or the purses out of the bags. But what we can do is we can influence them to do that in a non-threatening way, obviously. Now, with Facebook ads, what you can do is you can retarget, so RT. So what does that mean? That means that if somebody clicks on your ad in Facebook or on Google or wherever, if they click on your ad and they land on your landing page, but if they don't enter their name and email address, that doesn't mean that they're not interested. All that means is that they wasn't in a position to enter their name and email address. We might be thinking, well, Andy, no, if they've not entered their name and email address, then they're just obviously not interested. And that's not right, because we've got their attention up here. So there was something that was interesting to them. We grabbed their attention. But life obviously got in the way here. They might have been on the bus, getting a cab, a taxi. They might have been on their iPhone, so they might have thought, I'll go home and I'll visualize it on a desktop. They might have been on a tablet. They might have been going into a meeting. We just don't know the circumstances that they were in when they landed on your landing page. So what you can do is we can put a little, and I'll just put triple X, quadruple X. We can put a little code in on this page here. So when people go back onto Facebook, we can retarget them, or you can retarget your visitors. So again, talking about all these little touch points, they've seen you once and they've not entered the name and email address. So they go back onto Facebook, and there's 1.23 million people on Facebook. I don't know why I told you them statistics, but it doesn't matter. But there's a lot of people. But what I'm saying is, so they go back onto Facebook and they see your ad reappear again. And it'll not be the same advertisement, it'll be a different ad image that lets them know that, hey, you know, I know that you visited my website, but you didn't take that step further forward. You didn't enter your name and email address to download XYZ. So why did you do that? Did life get in the way? And now what you're doing is you're talking to them on a one-to-one basis, and that is super powerful. So what happens if people do enter the name and email address and they get down here, but they don't enter for a discovery call? And that's cool, because we've got that covered as well, because what you can do is you can put a ×2 retargeting pixel here, and it'll be a different pixel to this pixel because you're excluding this URL. And I'm sorry if I'm really digging deep into here, but I do believe in you know, not holding any punches back. So you put a different pixel on here, excluding these guys, and when these go back onto Facebook, retarget them with a different message saying something like, let's talk. Why let's talk? Because again, you're talking to them directly, because they know that next step that they must take is to fill in an application form to come through to apply for a discovery session. So talking about influencing, you can really influence people down your sales funnel if built correctly. And Shad, just going back to the previous video that I created for you, talking about the business owners that's taking a step back from building a sales funnel. The only reason why a sales funnel wouldn't work is if you don't have a fulfilled strategy that's going to get you from leads to clients. And by reverse engineering everything back and going through the processes of what we've discovered, what we've discussed in this video, then you can create a strategy that will bring you one-to-one clients, or clients for your course, academy, program, event, whatever it is you're selling. That one strategy is not it doesn't fit every model. This is perfect for business coaches, consultants, people that are selling academies, people that are selling high-ticket programs, people that are selling one-to-one services. If you were selling a small product, I would not use this strategy. You would need a different sales funnel in place. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope this has been really useful. I know it's been long. I'm not going to apologize because I said, I believe in not holding anything back. And the reason why I always give everything, I give 100%, is because I want the best for you. And what I mean by that is, somewhere down the line in your business, you will be in a place where you want to invest to move your business further forward. And you might go and find somebody, a social media guy or a guru or whatever, to be able to implement all this for you. Now, what I want you to do is be able to ask the right questions on that person, and if that person can't give you the right answers, then you know that they're not fit to do what it is that you want them to do. So this is the reason why I don't hold back, because I need to give you the right information so you can go out there to the marketplace, either implement it for yourself or hire the right person that can do that for you. Right. Just to take this one step further forward, I have got, and if I just jump down into this bag, I believe, nope, where will it be? And I know that you think now that this is kind of a part of the video, right? And it's not, because what I'm going to have to do is just quickly find something, but then I'm coming back. I'm back. I know, and you thought I was kidding. I weren't. I had to go and find this book. Because what I've outlined here, and thank you for being patient, by the way, and just hanging around. But what I've outlined here is the strategy that I work to build my consultancy business. This strategy is the same strategy that my clients use to build their coaching consultancy businesses. This strategy actually started off in this book, if I just bring that closer, at the end of last year, sorry, halfway through last year, where I sketched all this strategy out. But since then, it's actually taken a step up. I've made it a little bit more simpler, easy to follow for people like yourselves. And what I've done, I've created a high ticket sales blueprint to enrolling new clients video. Along with the video, inside the video, which is 45 minutes long, I, in a much neater, systematic way, I actually go through all of the blueprint inside the video. So you can watch me go through every little bit. I'd leave no stone unturned. So you can turn cold leads into hot leads into prospects, talk about retargeting, we talk about structuring everything out, outlining your pain points and showing you how to overcome those a hell of a lot quicker. And underneath the video, I'm actually giving you access to all the presentation folders, slides, sorry, underneath the video. And I'm also giving you access to the blueprint in a one-sheet document that you can print off and you can pin up and you can follow. What is really good about this is that you can print it off, and when you do, or if you need to, go and find somebody to build all this out for you. If you're in a position to do that, then you can basically hand them the blueprint, and they know exactly what it is they're building and the infrastructure, the framework, and everything. If that is of interest, and I'm not going to post any links whatsoever inside this area of the group, because I respect the rules of the group, and I know we're not supposed to advertise any websites or self-promotions, anything like that. But I do feel, because this video has been around about 35 minutes, that I can give a little bit more back to you, bringing you one step further closer towards me. So I hope that's been interesting, and as you can see, I'm kind of like a little bit dressed up. So now it's 8:15 in the evening, and I'm just going to go out to meet some friends. So have yourself a good day. I hope that's been useful, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.